Hey guys, this is Samuel O'Toole and welcome to the 12th episode of Ask Samuel O'Toole. Thanks to everyone for all the great questions, and please keep them coming. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Samuel O'Toole. To submit your questions for me to answer during the show, you can always follow me on Twitter at Samuel O'Toole XXX, or you can email them to me at asksamuelotoole@gmail.com. So let's take a look at the first question. At Pocket Crack, love that name, asked me, if you're able to go back in time, where would you want to go? I think the correct way to ask that would be, when would you want to go? But that's, technical bullshit details. See, I really like cars, but also like, ancient mythology and stuff like that. So I think, yeah, definitely in Greece and Rome, in that area around the time of when they had, gods like Zeus and everything like that. I really like the mythology that came from that era, and I just think that even though quality of living isn't quite where it is now, I still think that it really would have been a cool and truly magical time to live. That sounded really airy. Anyways, at Sesmois asks, what is your shoe count at? It's almost 30. I think I'm like 3 off. Wait, 2 off. I just bought a pair of shoes the other day. At Chris LeRiley asks, can we see your toes? Sure. Now, first off, I would like to apologize. I do enjoy butchering people's names on this, so I almost say them wrong on purpose. Sorry. At Sir Psychosexy asks, do you like the taste of your own cum? I always say that cum is like farts. Everybody likes their own brand. I just don't really enjoy my brand that much because I know that what you eat also affects the way that your sperm tastes. I take a bunch of protein shakes and extra supplements, and if those things taste anything like they do, or coming out as they do on the way down, my cum probably tastes like bleach. And flowers and vanilla and magical goodness, because I'm Samuel O'Toole. Come on, I fart glitter, guys. At 19 inches of thick black cock asks, hey Sammy, you a wrestler? Huh, pimp? Did you ever wrestle 8 dudes for the right to fuck 9 dudes? Prison, man. Good times. Yes, I'm a wrestler. Never wrestled 8 dudes to fuck 9 dudes, though. Where does the 9th guy come in? Anyway. At Tool Lover, that's a good name, asks, have you ever had men or women turn down the pleasure of having your dick in them because your cock is so big? Actually, yes. It was a little depressing. Just kind of saw it and was like, wow, that's really cool. And that's all. That's as far as it got. Whatever. Shoot, fat. I'm kidding. At I am awesome 1001 asks, do you like Lady Gaga? On a musical note, I do enjoy most of her music. I think it is very creative, and I think that it does speak to people, which I can appreciate. Her onstage performances I enjoy. I think she's a very creative person, and not only is she a musical artist, but she is a performer as well. And I would also probably fuck the shit out of Lady Gaga if she let me. Have you seen that ass? It's Spread them cheeks, like motorboat it. So, if you're ever in the San Francisco area, Lady Gaga, hit me up on Twitter at Samuel O'Toole XXX. At Mike317A asks, if you had a boyfriend that wanted you to stay in porn and thought it was a major turn on, would you date him? I'm confused. Wait, so he's my boyfriend already? Wouldn't that mean that we were already dating? Or do you mean like a guy friend? Like he's a friend and he's a guy? And then it turns out that he's into me because I do porn and he wants me to stay in porn? Probably not. For the pure and simple fact that the fact that I do porn is what turns him on. It almost seems a little superficial, like it doesn't really matter who I am or what I do with my life as a person, just the fact that I suck dick for a living, kind of a slut, that's what turns him on. Not really what I'm looking for in a person. At Mosca, or at Mosca_67 asks, are you planning to do any scenes in which you get into pre-cum in a big way? There's always a possibility for it. I do pre-cum a lot, so it would have to be a spur of the moment thing. Normally when I'm really, really turned on, I can't help it. That shit just kind of flows right out, almost like I'm pissing. So, I know, it's kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, it just really depends on the timing and the moment. At Love in Vain asks, who's your favorite poet/poem? How's it go? Hey, diddle, diddle. No, what is this, a limerick, I think? Something like that? Okay. One fine day in the middle of the night, two dead boys came out to fight. Back to back, they faced each other, drew their swords, and shot each other. A deaf policeman heard this noise. He came and shot those two dead boys. If you don't believe this lie is true, ask the blind man. He saw it too. At Vic asks, so what did you think of Toronto Pride? Was it what you expected it to be? Wow. Toronto Pride. It was more than I ever expected, and I had a blast there. The people of Toronto were very hospitable. Just the city in general is beautiful. It is probably one of the cleanest cities I've ever been to. If you're in Toronto and you're thinking, wow, we would have kind of a dumpy city, what does it mean, clean? I would like to invite you to come on out to San Francisco sometime and experience California cleanliness. But yeah, I had a great time in Toronto and I can't wait to go back. At Nude Gingrich asks, we've seen the Dow Jones behave pretty radically lately. Laugh out loud. Would you rather bone Michael Douglas in Wall Street 1 or Jessica Tandy circa fried green tomatoes? See, Michael Douglas has always been kind of soft. I mean, like, even in the 80s during Wall Street 1, he's just so, I don't know. I mean, he is kind of a good-looking guy, but he's got those doughy characteristics that almost just want to make you reach out and pick those kids up. So, do I actually have to have sex with either one of them? At Pocket Crack asks, who do you want to meet? But come on, you gotta give me a little something more to work with, man. I suck dick for a living. There ain't much happening up here. Oh, fuck. I'm just kidding. I love all of you. I do. I just getting away with myself today. At Maddie Rogers 29 asks, would you ever date a guy that is about 15 pounds overweight if he had a cute face and great personality? If so, how you doing? If not, I'll hit the gym harder. Dude, that made me hurt a little bit on the inside. Come on. I have to say that the most attractive thing on a person is self-confidence, not cockiness. The second most attractive thing on a person is humility. So, be self-confident and be humble. At CMason775 asks, What's the craziest fan moment you've ever had? I took my buddy to SF Pride so that he could kind of expand his horizons and broaden his... expand horizons, broaden, whatever, what the fuck ever. So he could open his mind. And so we actually went kind of during the end of the festivities, more towards the nighttime, because I wanted things to be a little bit calmer around people, and I didn't want them to be all kind of scared by people grabbing on me and whatnot during the day in photos in plain sight. And unfortunately that happened anyways. We were standing on the porch out front of our buddy's house on the Castro Street. Should have been a good signal right there that this was going to happen, but the guy comes up to me and sticks his hand in my pants and grabs my junk right in front of him, and my buddy's just like, that man hands your... Yes, I know. It's gonna be okay. Kind of like that, except a little more dramatic. At GRB11186 asks, is there any way I could have your jock strapped after you work out in it? I would be more than happy to give you a jock strap after I work out in it, if I worked out in jock straps. Generally, I kind of freeball it unless I need the testicular support. I like to call them the man's training bra, or no, the man's sports bra. And then I'll wear something with a little bit of, at Vic asks, how do porn stars come up with their performer names? Do they do it themselves, or do the reps do it? It can go either way. You can either have someone completely botch a perfectly good name like Landon Michaels and spell it all fucked up so it's really hard to Google you. Or you can go something super simple like Marcus Mojo and pick it when you're 18 and watching Austin Powers. Or you can be like me and have someone tell you that your dick looks like a salami, so then you end up calling yourself Sammy instead of Salami. Which goes to Samuel, and then you want to play on the fact that people have called you Tool before, because no one ever takes the time to actually talk to someone, and they just see a fit person, so they're like, hey, that person's a tool. So I was like, hey, oh Tool, and it just all ends up working out fine in the end, because they're porn names. No one ever takes them serious. So go on, have fun with yours. At All My Gay Porn asks, how can I get you booked for a live appearance in my area? It's a very good question. Spam the fuck out of @NextDoorStudios on Twitter. I think that's them. Or you can email everybody here at the office. Spam the fuck out of them. Tell them where you want to see us. Go to your local bars and clubs. Say, hey, I want to see Samuel Toole here. And they'll be like, who? And that's when you go, I want Samuel Toole! And they'll be like, okay. No, don't hit them. You probably won't get me out there if you do that. Anyways, so those are all the questions we have for today. I want to thank you guys for checking out Ask Samuel O'Toole, and make sure to follow me on Twitter at Samuel O'Toole XXX so you can get this craziness live 24 hours a day. This is Samuel O'Toole, and I'll see you guys next time.